Intermittent fasting is a tool we can use to help with our MS. Today, I'm going to share 5 ways intermittent fasting helps us to be healthier. Hello, my dear friends. If you're new here, nice to meet you. I'm glad that you're here. Please take a moment and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm glad that you're here. Last week, I did a video on the importance of good quality sleep, and I'll put a link up above and in the description below if you're interested. In that video, I touched on intermittent fasting and asked if you'd like to see a video on this topic, and it turns out that you did. I have done intermittent fasting in the past, and I've recently restarted it. Intermittent fasting, in a nutshell, is a pattern of eating that cycles between fasting and eating. 2 common methods are 16-8 fasting, where you go 16 hours with no food and only eat during an 8-hour window, and the other is 5-2 fasting, where you fast for 24 hours twice a week. I'm doing the 16-8 fast, and I try to eat between the hours of 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. Fasting can have numerous health benefits, and it may help our MS. So let's jump right in. Number 1, it helps fight inflammation, and MS is an inflammatory disease. In this study, they found that caloric restriction is known to improve inflammatory and autoimmune disease, and importantly, we show that fasting improves chronic inflammatory diseases. Yes, please. How does it do this? They're not 100% sure, but they do know that when we fast, it reduces the monocyte metabolic and inflammatory activity. The mono what's, Vickie? Monocytes. They're a type of white blood cell. Some of them are involved in destroying foreigners in our central nervous system. But in the case of MS, when they are activated, they may play a role in the central nervous system inflammation, and they may mistakenly attack our own myelin that protects our nerves. I have become quite fond of my myelin and would like to keep it. Thank you very much. Anything that we can do to reduce inflammation will benefit us in the long run. Intermittent fasting seems to regulate inflammation and protect against the progression of MS. Number 2, it can help with weight loss. Confession time. I have gained a few pounds over the last few years, and it is time to drop those pounds. I'm going to use intermittent fasting to help with it. When we're not eating, our bodies use glycogen, the sugar that's stored in our livers, for energy. This typically lasts 6 to 8 hours, and when it's gone, our bodies go for our own fat stores. We need to give our bodies sufficient time to do this. We naturally don't eat when we sleep, so we need to extend that non-eating time prior to bed and or after we get up. It's also important to eat well during the 8 hours, though. If we binge on 5,000 calories or junk food, fasting will not benefit weight loss. I eat a whole food plant-based diet to keep my body as healthy as possible, and I avoid highly processed foods, unhealthy fat foods, and foods that contain lots of sugars, artificial ingredients, additives, and preservatives. You may hear that you need to stay away from carbohydrates, but that's not exactly true. Highly processed carbohydrates such as flour and sugar that are found in white bread, bagels, and cakes can be bad for us. But complex carbs in the form of whole grains, sweet potatoes, whole fruits, beans, legumes, they're all fantastic. They're full of nutrients, protein, and fiber, so don't be afraid of them. Bonus, intermittent fasting may increase our metabolism so we become more efficient at burning calories too. Many people with MS have limited mobility, so weight loss with exercise can be challenging. Intermittent fasting may be able to help. Number 3, pardon the interruption. I needed to break in and let you know that I made a mistake in this video. I mispronounced a word. Now, that's nothing new. I mispronounce words all the time. I miss syllables, I get tongue-tied, I have cog fog. Sometimes the words just don't come out right. But this time, I really mispronounced a word, and I did it with confidence over and over again. You guys know that I do a lot of research for these videos. I read papers and studies and articles, and often I have to look up how to pronounce a word. But this time I didn't feel the need to look up this word. I thought it was autophagy. Looked like it was autophagy. It's not. It's autophagy. Autophagy. I mispronounced it. So apologies for that, but you'll understand these things happen. Now back to the video. Autophagy. Autophagy literally means self-eating. The body naturally cleans out and replaces damaged cells in a process called autophagy. Fasting may speed up the process and improve our brain health. Think of autophagy as waste removal. Our bodies are so smart that they know to get rid of the bad and damaged cells and help with cellular repair. How cool is that? They still don't know exactly how autophagy can help our neurons and brain tissue, but the hypothesis is that enhanced autophagy may be able to provide therapeutic benefits in some brain pathologies, causes and effect of diseases. Think about it. When we're ill, sometimes our appetites are off. We just don't feel like eating, and this may help our bodies heal. It's sort of like a natural detoxification. Aren't our bodies amazing? Number 4, it may increase the growth of nerve cells. What? We can increase our newly generated neural cells? Maybe. In this study, they found the maintenance of adult rats on a dietary restriction regime resulted in significant increases in the numbers of newly produced neural cells and the expression of brain-derived neurotropic factor, a tropic factor recently associated with neurogenesis, is increased in the hippocampal cells of rats maintained on dietary restriction. Brain-derived neurotropic factor, or BDNF, is a molecule that's involved in the plastic changes in our brain that help with learning and memory. Exercise also increases BDNF, so we need to keep our bodies moving too. As cog fog is one of the more troubling parts of MS, I am all for intermittent fasting and exercise to help my learning and memory. Number 5. It may help us live longer and with less age-related diseases. And who doesn't want to live longer and in better health? There have been numerous animal studies on the effects of fasting and calorie restriction. In this one on male mice done by the National Institute on Aging, they reported that this study showed that mice who ate one meal per day and thus had the longest fasting period seemed to have longer lifespan and better outcomes for common age-related liver disease and metabolic disorders. And to not leave out the lady mice, this study on female mice found that the results showed that fasting mice survived significantly longer than the full-fed mice. I plan on living a long and healthy life with MS. How about you? Let me know in the comments below. So, intermittent fasting may fight inflammation, help with weight loss, help with the growth of nerve cells, and help us to live longer with less diseases. What's not to love? And anecdotally, I will share that I just feel better when I eat this way. I have more energy and I sleep better. We have tools we can use to help us live better with MS, including a whole food, plant-based diet, getting regular exercise, getting good sleep, practicing stress reduction, and intermittent fasting. Do you or have you intermittently fasted? How does it work for you? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, the like icon under the video. This helps others to find the video. And if you're not subscribed yet, please hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Until next time, be well.